Batman vs Two-Face is the third animated film this year in which The Dark Knight plays a leading role. That's not including the Justice League film, the Justice League action cartoon, as well as the Justice League Dark animated movie, as well as Batman's cameo appearances in various other mediums. And there's no sign of the Caped Crusader taking a break at any point in the near, medium or far future. But Batman vs Two-Face represents the end of an era, in that this is the final time that Adam West will portray the role of Batman, owing to his passing on June 9th, 2017, following a brief battle with leukemia. Now, I love the 1960s TV show and its spin-off film, but I was cool on last year's Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders, and to be honest, I have the exact same issues with that film as I do with this. I find the animation to be strangely stiff, as if it was being drawn by people who've heard of elbows and kneecaps, but aren't entirely sure what they're for. And it seems a step down from the usual high quality of DC's animated features. Also, and it's particularly noticeable here, it's that they have gotten the original stars of the TV show to reprise their roles for the film. But whilst this might sound good to fans, there is an issue with the fact that the voices don't match their characters. Dick Grayson, for example, is physically still in his teens, but the voice coming out of that body clearly belongs to a 70-year-old man. It's identical for both Julie Newmar and Adam West. It becomes distracting, and whilst I would have appreciated a cameo from the original cast, I feel that's as far as it should have gone, because it certainly would have made for a more immersive experience. And I do find it interesting that the villain for this film is Two-Face, in a role which was originally offered to Clint Eastwood back in 1966, but producers felt that the character would appear too frightening for children. But now he's in the film and being portrayed by William Shatner. But I'll take it, simply because I am fed up to the back teeth with that flaming clown. As to the film itself, running at a paltry 72 minutes, including credits, I simply didn't find that much to recommend. There's a dark edge to it that I simply don't remember from the original show, and even taking it on its own merits, it doesn't seem to fit with its own tone. There are so many plot holes that I could spend all day picking it apart, but I'm not CinemaSins or particularly into spoilers, so I'll just say a few hundred more rewrites might have been a good idea. The plot's as mad as it ever has been, but again, I missed the narrator that used to turn up at the start, middle and end of every story. Also, towards the end, the director seemed to get confused and believe that he was making a more adult film than the 60s show ever was. I mean, a 12A rating? Seriously? The original show and film are rated PG and U. And whilst the film starts off a funny and witty homage to the original show with loads of random gadgets and over-the-top death traps and one-liners, although it does include Harley Quinn, who didn't exist until she was created for the animated series almost 30 years later, which I found kind of weird. But towards the end, everything just starts exploding, the violence gets dark, and to be honest, it begins to resemble a current animated film, and it loses its distinct look and feel which it tried so hard to have at the start of the film. It's a disappointing send-off to West, and whilst it's not the worst animated Batman film this year, Batman and Harley Quinn will probably take that title for all eternity, it's just got nothing to either recommend about in a year saturated with a grouchy flying rat, or distinguishing feature to help it stand out. Semi-satirical jabs about the usefulness of the Gotham City Police when Batman exists? Lego Batman did it better. Action set pieces? Any other Batman film. Interesting and well-written dialogue with a decent twist at the end? Justice League Dark has you covered. Batman vs Two-Face has almost a sense of shame about its origins, but no other identity that it wants to have, and there's nothing to help it stand out. It's a shame, but after I finish this, I'm never going to watch this film again, ever. I will love the 66 version all my life, but this, it's just a waste of 72 minutes. Just skip it. But what do you guys think? And are you beginning to suffer from bat fatigue? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, this has been A Dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.